All right, and welcome back for Game 2 of the quarterfinal series between the Boston Knight Riders and the League City Legends. Number 2 seed Boston Knight Riders coming in here against the number 7 seed League City. And we got a bit closer game than I think a lot of us are expecting in the first one. Just a 40-point lead for Boston at 20. Tyler Beckman came in with kind of the game-saving grab to really put that one away. Noah, do you think Boston can turn it on a little bit more in Game 2, or would you expect more from the same from the series?
No, I think that the League City played just a little bit above what they were expected to, and I think that Boston's going to bring in this game. They've just got I think they've got too big of a talent edge, and they're going to be able to exercise it a little bit better, I think.
Yeah, I mean, one of the big things that I actually didn't know until I started watching Boston's first game is that Teddy Costa is not with the roster today. He'll be joining the team tomorrow morning, but obviously a big miss on their first line. They're currently using Tyler Beckman as a replacement for him.
Yeah, and right before we get here to Brooms Up, we've got some, it's star-studded field. Boston is expected to be one of the top contending teams in this tournament, and it's going to be exciting to see them play here on Field 1.
Yeah, I mean, this side of the bracket is really ratcheting up. I mean, you got League City giving Boston a tight game. You've got Indianapolis and San Antonio who will be going to a Game 3 right after this.
And yeah, that Game 2 was a thriller, and I expect Game 3 to be just the same. Let's see, League City Legends. You had it in your hand, right? Oh. Okay.
I might have blown away.
And League City comes up with the ball. A little beater scrum there up top. It looks like that's going to be League City possession of bludger control.
We let the public know.
And a nice deflection, but a goal from League City. A nice start for this game in Game 2. It's an elimination game for League City.
Yeah, and this was the way the game started in Game 1. It was just a lot of scoring on both sides. Boston's defense has struggled a little bit so far in their first game of the weekend. Their first line never known for its defense, and with Teddy Costa not even here, even a little less known for its defense.
And immediately subbing in is the beater pair of Mario Ness and Leanne Dillman. A very good beater pair from Boston.
That said, it wasn't until they put Max Haviland and Lou Zhu in that we actually started to see a more dominant performance from Boston.
Boston immediately is going to be able to, seemingly was going to be able to get bludger control back. And we have a goal there as League City retains bludger control, but gives up the goal. It's 10-10. And that's Sam Reagan taking the ball up for League City.
Yeah, Reagan's been a real huge contributor for this team so far this season.
He's going to be met there with walking up with Thomas Morgan. Brian Mulcahy at point. We'll see if we can contain him. There's a pass there behind the hoops. It's mishandled. It's going to give Boston time to get there. Another pass is going to go in front of the hoops. Jake Archibald's going to pick it up in the air, and he's going to slow down, seeing two bludgers.
Yeah. A little bit forced there from League City, especially with bludger control. That pass did not need to be made.
And a long pass from Jake Archibald. It finds Brian Mulcahy, but he's unable to put it through as the hoop is falling down.
Yeah, that beat was a terrible beat, except it knocked over the hoop that Mulcahy was shooting through.
Boston always patient to play behind those beaters. Very confident in what they consider one of the strengths of their team.
Yeah. But so far, bludger control with the 2-male beater set of League City so far.
An errant shot there from Archibald.
Yeah, I mean, Archibald's a great long-distance shooter, but he's not a great on-the-run long-distance shooter. I really didn't like that look. Vladimir Nunez is able to get bludger control, or at least maybe just exchange it with Leanne Dillman. Nunez, part of Team Mexico at Pan Am, had a very nice tournament. And that tournament seemed to do a lot for his confidence. Still not one of the top beaters around, but has really had a good back end of the season for League City, and so far a good tournament.
And Brian Mulcahy with a great strip of Sam Reagan up top. It's going to get recovered by Boston. I think they're going to call beat before.
Yeah, you gotta.
And the refs here will confer. He's going to talk to the AR, but I do think that was beat before. It looked beat before to me. And that was Mulcahy with the strip and Beckman with the scrum, diving in there, trying to get the ball back.
Just a question of whether the hand had started its throwing motion before the beat happened. He didn't have to release it, just had to start its throwing motion. No call on the play.
Yeah, a great hustle play there from Tyler Beckman. Archibald on the advance from Boston.
Yeah, so a mistake there from League City is going to create a bludger turnover, so bludger control to Boston.
Now Beckman with a big pump fake that I don't think did much.
Yeah. I mean,
a little too far from the hoops there to really have anything. Now Mulcahy on the wing.
You can't understate just how big of a drop-off from Teddy Costa Beckman is. He doesn't play that many minutes, though he is able to score one there.
Wide open right next to the hoops. That's pretty inexcusable from League City's defense to leave him unmarked like that.
Yeah, doesn't play that many minutes in the Quaffle game all season. And one of the assistant coaches, so does a lot of work on the sidelines. I think this team's top secret at this point, to be honest.
That's an errant throw from League City's bludger. This is going to give Nasta free reign to pressure the ball, but you've got to have chasers come forward. We've talked about it the whole time, and they're not going. They choose not to pressure the ball.
Someday in maybe the 8th or 9th year of Mario Nasta's career, beaters will learn that you can't throw a 10-foot beat at Mario Nasta. It will never hit him.
You think it's simple. A blue card there for an illegal swat. Just hitting the ball after it had already touched him.
Obviously, it's a tough one because there wasn't much going on in the Quaffle game. And they had bludger control. It wasn't really a needed swat.
Now it's Perry Walton with the bludger with the Quaffle up top for League City. They're going to swing it over, trying to probe this team from the sides. And a great play by Mulcahy. He's going to have a breakaway here, but he slips. He dishes the ball. Jake is able to pick it. Archibald's able to pick it up and put it through.
Yeah. That's all hustle play from Mulcahy. That's the kind of defense we've become known from Brian. And now we get the first beater sub. It always goes from Mario Nasta and Leanne Dillman to Max Havlin and Luzu.
And what do you think is the differences in the style between the two pairs?
I mean,
largely the same?
No, not at all. I mean, Mario Nasta loves to let the game go to him. He wants the other beater playing first. Max and Lou want to create havoc in everything they do.
And Sam Reagan on a drive after beats, he gives up the ball there. And Archibald's able to pick it up. He's in a sprint. There's nobody there to catch him, and it's going to be an easy goal for Archibald. A weird passing choice there from Sam Reagan.
Yeah, and then Nunez, I thought he had a pretty open shot at Archibald, and I think he misjudged how fast Archibald was going to get up to speed there and just threw it right behind him. And now bludger control to Boston, and now this is when things could get scary here for League City, already down 30 points.
Yeah, they're going to have to find a way to get them to find some footing in this game. A great tackle from Mulcahy up top. He's going to look to strip the ball. He keeps fighting for it. That the bludger hasn't hit him yet. He's live. He's going to pass it forward to Beckman. Beckman's got an easy goal.
Yeah. You know, this has really been the day of the elite point defenders, and Mulcahy's having a game right now.
Yeah, it's been all he's led to the last 20 points, and he's done a really good job.
Yeah. We've seen Taylor Crawford do a lot as well, and this is the kind of team that loves to run on hype, loves to run on momentum. It was a smart time out there from League City because Boston would have been flying out of those last few possessions.
And you talked about we've seen how crucial point defending can be when it's done well, when it's done right. We talked about Tyler Crawford. Are there any others that come to mind? Brian Mulcahy, obviously, for Boston.
Yep. For sure. Some of the teams that have struggled more haven't necessarily showed that elite point defending. Have let more ball carriers get into the lane against them.
And then you get into the lane, the defense collapses, it's an easy dish, the whole thing kind of falls apart.
Exactly. Yeah, so a far better first shift from the makeshift first line of Boston in this one than their first game, which was more like 60-50, I think, after like 5 minutes. A nice 50-10 lead. They can start to really hammer this League City team home and start to look on to the semifinals. And I mean, this whole side of the bracket's just been so interesting so far here in the quarterfinals, whereas New York and Austin have kind of made mincemeat of their opponents on the way to their destined semifinal tomorrow morning.
The game's going to restart here. Boston is going to have bludger control. And after the goal, it's going to be League City's ball.
Just a reminder, after this, we've got one more game tonight. 2 more if League City wins this. 1 more if Boston wins it. It'll be that Game 3 between the Indianapolis Intensity and the San Antonio Soldados, so make sure not to miss that. It's been one of the more exciting series of the week so far.
An attempt to beat there. Hank Doogie on the wing for he's going to get beat out.
Hank Doogie really caused problems for himself there trying a one-handed grab. By the time he collected it, it was too late.
Fundamentals, always pick up with 2.
I'm telling you, one-handed grabs are making a comeback in Quidditch, and I have no idea why.
Havlin looking to create havoc, and there's going to be a nice pass there.
And Mulcahy again.
Yep. Nice look there, nice route from Mulcahy, nice look from Archibald.
Yeah,
really clean.
Archibald had the trademark "Let's go" there prepared before the ball had even gotten to Mulcahy.
Doogie bringing it up for League City. They're just going to throw the ball. They're just going to throw the ball away here.
Yeah.
They didn't want to turn the ball over in their half, but Archibald is going to come back flying. It's going to get blocked by the keeper, picked up by League City. Now League City has a break. 15 looking to work his way through, and a great strip there from Mulcahy again.
Yeah, huge shift out of Mulcahy. He's going to take his sub, and it's going to be a well-earned sub.
We have some commotion here. Hank Doogie trying to get to the ball. Quickly beat out by Luluzu.
Yeah. I mean, bad last possession there from Archibald. Really tried to force that fast break, and it could have easily been a goal in the other direction.
Gets bailed out by great defense, great chaser defense.
But we talked about the way they forced that turnover, the Havlin-Zoo combination. Havlin calling out for Zoo to come up on the wing, let him stay in the middle. It's just that coordination that makes them so much dangerous than most beater
Now
pairs.
Greenhouse has the ball. It passes back to Skura. Skura's going to look for a lane. Skura's going to pass across to Catcher. Catcher can't handle it. It's blocked away by Doogie. He's going to take off. He's going to get caught. Is he going to be able to float it in? He's not. Skura picks it up. We're going back the other way.
Ian Skura, the prodigal son of the returning Middlebury Quidditch program.
He's looking for a lane. He's found one. He passes across to Catcher. Catcher can't do it, but Cole sure can. Cole able to put it through, just good positioning and rebounding.
Yeah, in a year that Boston lost some really key pieces, perhaps most notably Tyra Trudeau and Julia Baer, who now play for the Washington Admirals, they gained a huge piece in Justin Cole. He's really been that.
We've got a nice pass across, but it's going to be blocked by Justin Cole. He's going to wrap up. That's going to be from behind.
Yeah, he's been the glue guy that this team's really needed offensively throughout the year. I don't think that call was actually for something happening in the Quaffle game. Yeah, it was a beater violation. Yep.
Yeah, Boston giving LSQ, giving League City all they can handle.
Max Havlin trying to tell his chasers that he needs some big physical play from them because he doesn't have a bludger. As Dylan Freeman, one of the biggest guys on the pitch, takes over the Quaffle.
Gonna be hard to bring him down.
Hit him again from behind. Yes.
He's holding on here.
Dylan Freeman just taking Cole along for the ride.
Callan finds the ball.
Yeah, real nice
little
look.
spin move.
Yeah. Cole was wrapped around Dylan Freeman. It didn't slow him down one bit.
No, Freeman found a nice pass there. Callan with a nice little spin move.
Yep. League City finally breaks that momentum, that run from Boston.
Greenhouse up top. He's going to make a far pass. There's somebody that's there. It is Cole. Great pass. Great catch. Great finish. Movement so important in Quidditch. And now Havlin has gotten bludger control back for Boston. And he's going to find his.
Yeah, Max looks a little tired. Kieran Collier coming in the game.
Nunez misses the beat.
So does Ashley Dolan, to be fair.
Nice little float, unable to get handled. And Skura's going to pick it up.
Go, go!
Yep, Skura looking for a lane. He's going to dish off to Catcher, who's wide open, and Catcher easy catch and finish.
Yeah, I mean, you see this a lot from kind of underdog teams. They give you your best shot once, and then if that doesn't work, it kind of breaks them. And these are just simple fundamentals, leaving players open around the hoops
Right.
that Boston's just carving them apart with passes that aren't very difficult, to be honest. A lot of bludger control on the Boston side as well.
Collier stepping up to take the ball. Swings over to Johnson. Johnson going to try and make a move. There's a nice beat there. Cole's going to jump on it. Skura's going to take the break.
He's got catcher all the way down there, too.
It's going to be an easy goal. Nobody steps the ball. They're all running back after getting beat.
Yeah, and of course you can only tag up at the middle hoop now in MLQ, so everyone has to go to one hoop.
Got an injury on the field where the MT is coming out.
Yeah,
So I don't see League City coming back in this game. At least not the way they're playing right now. That's for sure.
No. Yeah. I mean, this is the same rate that Boston was scoring in the first game. It's just League City wasn't meeting it. A lot better defense. The shift that Mulcahy played really set the tone for this Boston team, as this is not going to be like that first game where we let League City drive through us a million times. That said, if their season does end here, it has been a solid season for League City, who did come out third in the South Division, which some of us doubted they'd be able to do. Get out of that primary bracket, give Boston a tough game, even if this one gets a little out of hand. Like I said, it's tough to give a team your best shot 2 games in a row, especially if the first one comes up a little short. On the other pitch, just as an update on pitch 2, the Austin Outlaws are currently leading the Washington Admirals 8-1. So that series looks to be pretty good and over. Austin would be advancing to play New York tomorrow morning in one semifinal. If Boston were to win here, they'd advance to the other semifinal and take on the winner of Game 3 between the San Antonio Soldados and the Indianapolis Intensity, which will be happening immediately after this game on this live stream. Bracket gets a little simpler after the morning primary bracket.
And everybody walked off okay. We're about to restart. Thomas Morgan, number 99, is going to be coming in for Carlos Elarba. And play's going to resume with Boston having bludger control and League City with the quaffle. And Johnson's going to look to find his lane, give it a little juke. He loses the ball. Greenhouse picks it up. He's got 1 minute to beat. He's going to dish it to Cole anyway. Cole's going to stick his hand right through the hoop.
Yeah, that's
an unforced error.
Yeah, very unforced.
Right. If throwing the ball right to the keeper is the original sin in Quidditch, the second most original sin in Quidditch is fumbling the ball at half court.
Austin really tightening the screws here. Just a complete bludger control 100% of the time.
And Johnson misses a little floater in the lane.
Yep, and it's going to be no bludgers again.
And Greenhouse is looking up, taking off. Still don't have possession of a bludger yet, but it's on their half. And before they can, Skura finds a nice little shot.
Yeah, Skura really the Jake Archibald heir apparent. That transition game, that mid-range shot.
League City still looking for answers here. It's probably gonna have to start in the beater game if they're gonna come back.
Yeah, I mean this is the Boston third line that you won't even see in really highly competitive semifinals that much, and they're playing a long shift here and keeping bludger control the entire time.
And Skura, after a nice little wraparound, Skura is gonna be able to deflect that shot from going in.
Consider the home run ball to Cole too, but elected to wait because his beaters were subbing.
Now you're gonna see the beater pair of Knowlton and Serena.
Montero of Tufts. A school that we're both alumni of. Shameless plug.
Harry loses the ball. Go Jumbos. And he's just going to throw the ball away there.
No, Cole's going to be the first guy there.
Cole's going to get there to the loose ball.
Skura's wide open as well. And again, it's just League City's not closing down on these players. They're giving them the free passes.
So it looks like League City's been able to get bludger control back here. He's going to have a long run to Skura. He's flanked by catcher. Behind the hoops is Cole. Greenhouse open right now. We'll see what develops. Montero behind, waiting in case there's a counter.
So
referee's working this out.
Card is currently being given to number 12, Jesse Knowlton.
That sounds like everything Greg's talking about right now. So. Can we go to the live stream?
We don't have those capabilities.
Let's go to the photo booth. What you got? What you got?
Send it to New York. What is it?
Photo booth. What do we see? Thank you.
Knowlton not going to receive the yellow. Claimed he had the bludger. Couldn't have tackled him from behind.
They're actually going to put the League City beater in the box.
So it's going to be a tackle from behind on number 99.
Mistakes
Thomas
happen.
Morgan.
At least
Yeah.
the refs corrected it. That's what you want to
Yeah,
see.
they both have, bluish jerseys.
Families in the greater blue family.
Yeah, exactly. And on the restart, Skur's going to have it. We'll see if they can capitalize, and immediately scores. Nice little shot there from Skur. And somebody scored on a beater advantage.
Yeah, that's what we like to see. Fundamentals. 130-20. Game's quickly getting out of hand. Jesse Knowlton just destroys Lynn Collin back there in the middle. He's going to create a turnover.
And the Chasers have to get there, and they do, and Cole unable to capitalize.
Yeah, I don't think he ever got a good grip of that ball. That's kind of the spark that Justin Knowlton's always been able to provide. He's just never been quite as tuned as some of the other top Boston beaters.
And Johnson bringing it up.
Another
looking for a
huge
pick,
beat on Alarba there.
and a pass that goes just wide.
Yeah, he almost fit that into a very small window to Hembry.
One of those, past shots sort of situations.
Yeah.
Greenhouse subbing off for Boston. Zach Doyle's going to take his place. And we see a shift from Hannah Catcher, and Athena Mayer's going to take her place. Pass out to Doyle. He's going to find some space. He's going to pass across to Cole. Nice little stop there from 17.
Yeah, great block.
Athena's going to pick it up on the rebound. Athena Mayer's going to pick it up on the rebound. She's going to pass across to Doyle. Doyle's going to finish. Nice pass there from Cole. Good finish from Doyle, who was wide open at the opposite.
Like I said, League City's just lost their kind of discipline in this game. Not on a foulings, but just
Right.
on a defensive discipline. Sam Regan enters back in at keeper. League City just needs to find any kind of spark at this
And a
point.
nice block there from Knowlton. He's going to cause a turnover here with the pressure he provided up top. Bagman a little bit of a scrum over there. Turnover, Boston ball. We're coming up about 5 minutes to the 20-minute timeout.
I don't know where the third bludger on this field is right now.
Beckman attacking. There's going to be an advantage call. It looks like it might have been around the net.
Jablonski's shot's blocked.
We still have the advantage held up.
We'll see if there's a card.
I'm not going to. You can ask me friend.
So no foul on the play.
You're putting bad ideas in my head. Look at you put bad ideas.
Just past the 15-minute mark now.
Drive. Davis able to flick it in there.
That is a
Little floater. Tough shot.
member of the original World Cup 6 winning UT team, making his return to Quidditch this summer.
Jablonski unable to handle the ball from Doyle.
But Maranassa's all alone there, ready to make a beat.
Rebound Boston.
Yeah, complete bludger control has really been the story of this game. from all 4 beater lines that they've put in. Now it's just a lot about conserving energy, getting ready for tomorrow.
Mayer unable to handle it, but keeps her composure, gets it to Doyle. Doyle spikes it through. No contest there from Davis. Reagan with the ball, jogging it up. Back to Alvarez. Alvarez going to look for a shot. It's no good. Nasta with a nice catch. No bludgers.
Extremely over.
Boston's now going to look to push the pace here. Bludger's coming back. Almost hits Jablonski even though he doesn't see it. Almost gets wrapped up. He fires. It's no good.
Hey, shooters got to shoot.
Yeah, man.
It's almost like I know this Boston team. Stan Mayer is going to pick up a blue card, so even if Jablonski had hit that shot, wouldn't have made a difference. Working our way towards the 17-minute mark here. Still really no signs of life from this League City team here in this one.
And in comes Ashton Jean Lewis, Fat Chaser for League City.
Also known for his amazing vocals in announcing Quidditch games.
You may have heard him on our Twitch channel. Johnson with a turnover up top. Beckman's going to walk this one home.
There you go, in purple. On the next 37.
So again, it's Ashton Jean Lewis walking the ball up.
So what do you think is the real Boston? The one we saw in Game 1 or the one we saw in Game 2 or somewhere in between?
This is the real Boston when they're at their best. When they're at their best and they're forcing turnovers, this is really the kind of team they are. It's really about. It starts with bludger control for this team. We've seen some teams. We've seen some teams in this tournament that don't rely on bludger control quite like Boston does.
I mean, nobody does. That is Boston's shtick. When in games where their bludgers have to fight to more parity, like for example against New York this year when Max Havlin wasn't there, and obviously New York has a talented beater core, their Quaffle players struggled a lot. They really do rely on the beaters because they want to play transition. They don't want to play half-court offense, which isn't a problem, but becomes a little more problem against a team like Austin, who they might be seeing late tomorrow. Oh, what a look from Ashton
Lewis. What a pass and what a finish.
I think it was a no-looker, too.
Yeah, it was quite a pass from 31.
I put that one on a top 10 row. Maybe not Nick Jablonski shot. That
That
didn't go through, did it?
You know, we can't go to the tape.
I'm pretty sure Nick dropped to the ground in disgrace that he missed that shot.
Looks like it went over to me.
Refs are discussing it here.
Think they're going to call off the goal? Yeah, they're going to call off the goal. It went high.
My trick as a Quidditch ref, which might be giving too much information to the viewers if they want to manipulate me in the future, is that if you're not sure on a goal, one of the first things you can do is just really quickly check the shooter's reactions. Most people can't fake that they made a shot, and you usually see the disappointment on their face, or if you weren't sure it went in and they're celebrating, it often means it did in fact go in. Nick Jablonski fell to the ground. He clearly didn't think he made the shot.
And so, what matchups are you looking forward to most come tomorrow?
Every single game? Is that fair?
Yeah, that's totally fair.
Including the one game we have left today, which is going to be between India and San Antonio.
Yeah, the one game we have left today, and that's going to be a great beat by Mario Nasta to force a turnover on the wing. Jablonski's going to come back with it. Mayer looking for a spot to post up, and it's going to be Curtis Shyoff putting the ball through. A former BU captain. And Havlin and Archibald are going to come back in this game at the 19-minute mark. almost 20-minute mark.
It's an interesting decision. You would think they would want to stick pretty deep in their depth. Oh, I thought that one clipped the hoop. I guess not. Oh, and Curtis
now-
Stoikov is down. I think he looks okay. But yeah, I mean, League City is a physical team. You definitely don't want to risk injuries to your key players.
And we're going to be at the 19:53-minute mark. This is going to be the last possession of the regular time. So they might just be stealing a possession here. This is going to be the last possession before the 20-minute mark. Jake's going to pass it off to Shyoff. It's going to go around to Mayer, who's going to stick it through.
And that'll be the last goal before the 20-minute timeout. Boston has put on a clinic here. 19 goals in 20 minutes, 190-40 the lead. And snitch grabber, no, this one is long in the books.
Nice little fake there from Mayer before she laid it up into the goal.
Yeah, so what are you looking forward to tomorrow?
Oh man. Okay, so everything is reasonable.
Yep.
I am curious about how the last game is going to end. I think that Indianapolis gives Boston a closer games, but I think that the Soldados can have a better shot to upset them.
That's fair. Yeah, I mean, Indianapolis is always going to play smart. And one of the things, I mean, we address that we always talk about is it's tough to play your first game of a Quidditch tournament.
Mm-hmm.
It's extra tough when your opponents have been playing all day. I mean, you could argue that's what happened to League City in Boston game one.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe when the dust clears, when we look back at it, it could have been what happened in Indy in game one against San Antonio as well. I think both those teams could give Boston at least some tough games. I'm really excited to see how this New York-Austin series does end up playing out. I mean, Austin obviously is a heavy favorite. We're going to have to see what Austin has to bring out strategically for the Boston and New York if they do end up seeing Boston in the finals.
Yeah, and New York has, I think, had a really great tournament.
Yeah. No, yeah, very, very clean. I mean, beating the Soldados fairly convincingly, winning all their games. They dominated Rochester across 2 games to take care of business there. I mean, this New York team is a strong team, 10-2 in the East Division, which put 4 teams in the quarterfinals. They beat Boston this season. They really should have won the East Division. Couldn't quite convert.
So let's talk about the trio of Boston Seekers.
Sure.
Give me the 1 minute introduction or 30-second introduction to each one of them.
Sure. So Ben Toshi Classic, technically sound Seeker. He does all the little things right. He understands the position well. He hasn't been 100% most of the season in terms of injury, and that's definitely slowed him down a little bit. Harry Greenhouse, I think, if you don't know at this point, you probably don't pay that much attention to Quidditch. I mean, he's got the one move he's been using for nearly a decade now, and it still works. But when it doesn't work, it can be hard for him to catch. He doesn't have many things to change it to. Beckman's kind of their new innovation. Has Harry's moves, has some other moves. He's younger. He's a little bit longer. He's got a little more energy. Really might be the heir apparent in Boston in terms of the seeking game.
Bento going to get the first crack at it here.
Snitch gets him off for him there.
So our set score is going to be 260. We'll be playing this game to 260. Looks like we might have a snitch catch from Bento. Seeker looks to be telling him that there was an impediment. Might have gotten the hip on the way to the ball.
He's got real She's been on a porch now. Just like, well, the kids are back in the cul-de-sac again.
So it looks like
a new bike.
it's going to be called no good.
I don't know, man. I heard y'all aren't staying for the last game. Y'all are? Oh. Still a good game.
So catch ruled no good. Catch ruled no good. Greenhouse in at seeker. Bento unable to catch. Pretty classic, if you ask me.
Freeman, a nice goal there. I mean, this League City team is very dangerous in different situations if the beaters are out of the game, but also Boston has no real reason to take the beaters out of the game.
Yep. Nice pass there from Archibald to Das2. Das2 gets on the board.
Greenhouse in the game now at seeker for Boston, getting a lot of free time with the snitch. Budget control with League City.
Greenhouse getting close.
Oh,
And
big
nice
block
block
there
there from
Stoikov.
Shio.
And Greenhouse also has the grab. So, one more goal for Boston will put this one away.
A little attitude there from Greenhouse.
Yeah, that's what you get from Greenhouse.
And he wants to go talk to the refs.
No, he left his broom over there. It's going to be awkward if after all this is called no good.
Catch ruled good. Still playing to 260. One more goal for Boston will win it.
And they do have possession now off of that Stoikov block.
So if Boston scores, they will win this game.
They do not have budget control, but they can just go all out here with Havlin and Zoo.
So Havlin's going to go get the ball. He's going to go try and create some problems, and it's just going to be an easy one.
Yep, and that'll do it here. The Boston Knight Riders advance to the semifinals. They'll join New York. They'll join Austin once they finish off their game, which I think is 2:10:50 at the 20-minute mark. And then they will be joined by one last team in the semifinals, which will be decided on this pitch shortly. Game 3 between the Indianapolis Intensity and the San Antonio Soldados. We'll be right back. Thanks for watching.